What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Rush Springs Ranch for the 8th round of the Mickey Thompson NRRA. I hope you've been enjoying the season with us so far this year and this weekend of racing that we've been having. This weekend is presented by Raceline Wheels, so definitely a big shout out and thank you to them and to all of our sponsors for helping us do what we do out here. And we are ready to roll into round 2 for our UTV Bounty class and the Bouncers. Matt, take it away. What are your thoughts?
Again, so far, this has been an absolute awesome day. Again, we have the monster hills behind us, these Mickey Thompson mountains. There's tons of ups, tons of downs. And then we have the short course here. The short course is a blast. Get out and kind of let that buggy rip. Get some wind in your hair. Really feel good. They had the water truck out here a minute ago, wetting it all down. Hopefully, that'll kind of keep the dust down. But we do have a pretty good breeze, keeping everything kind of mitigate that dust as much as possible. So I believe we're getting some short course or some side-by-sides on the line now. Again, we're going to kick it off for the UTV Bounty Series. We got about a dozen of those guys, and then we got our bouncers. So, again, going to be a crazy day of racing. We're halfway through. We still have halfway to go. But we have a ton of racing this last time, what Clyde was talking about earlier this morning. It's going to be very technical. We have an uphill and a downhill, and then a whole other uphill and downhill. And that's just the first half of the course. Then we have the short course, so you're going to see a lot more technical racing. I think you're going to see those times slowly start to spread out a little bit more. But we also could be surprised with some really tight times. Yeah,
course 1 was intended to be the faster course of the two, a little less difficulty expected, and then of course now here for round 2 we might be seeing a little more trouble for a couple. I don't know, we'll see how it shakes out. I'll go ahead and give you guys that top 5 rundown from course 1 for the Bounty class. Nathan King had the fastest time with a 91, and then Klay KAS with a 92, Casey Howell with a 97, Madison King with a 105, and Josh Krapinski with a 107. And then, we only had 3 more. We'll just go ahead and do them all. Nathaniel Bell with a 109, Alston Tidwell with a 118, and Xavier Soy with a 136. That was round 1 for the UTV Bounty class. And like Matt said, might be going a little different. Might have a little more carnage for course 2. We'll see what happens.
Again, the downhill sections are extremely rough. What we climbed upward on the first course is what you're going to see racers cutting down on the second course. And then, again, they have a whole other uphill and downhill climb. So lots of changing. And, again, you're at the very top of kind of a steep hill, and then you're turning direction, going from making a hairpin turn to come down. So also lends to be a little interesting. Again, guys who are able to push that downhill section a little harder definitely can change things up. So we'll see how that comes into play. UTVs are going to have a monster obstacle coming right out the gate. They have the rock section, the RRTV rock section we've been talking about all weekend. And then right after that is there's just some big, steep, gnarly ledges. And, again, if I wasn't here racing this, I'd be like, oh, there's no way you can do that. And now we're going to see some guys, click to second as they clear it. So we'll see how that plays out. It sounds like they're saying we're ready, and we might be going to the line now.
We are going to be starting again with Xavier Soy. He's had to, as a late entry, kick off both of our courses here, course 1 and 2. This is his first time ever racing with us here this weekend. Glad to have him out here joining the fun. He's tackling that RCV rock pile right now.
Come out the starting gate again, trying to get his line picked up, making sure he's going in the right area. And this is just going to be gnarly.
Well, and to come out and race the Bounty class for your first race with us, too, that's no small feat.
It is not. Again, this is just a monster ledge. And for a UTV, it's just, almost impossible.
Man, I hate how it really does just not translate well to camera. It's way more in person than it looks like now on your screen right now, guys. So just remember that while you're watching. If you never made it to a race in person, then it's hard to understand the difference in the perspective. But if you have been out here in person, you know what I'm talking about. So just imagine this is a good 3 times steeper in person.
And again, just the gnarly rocks and ledges out there are just so incredibly hard. That is just right there, that rock section. Again, you can't see the dust, but it is just such a gnarly ledge. Again, it's literally taller than the UTV, so
and the terrain out here is like this loose, dusty gravel. So, once you're on the hill and you have to stop, then it's, really hard to get that good traction and momentum again.
Oh, man, we're getting word that his front end quit pulling.
Oh, man, hate to see that for him. Glad he got to complete course 1 at least. Tough luck for Xavier Soy, but glad to have him out here racing with us today. Matt, speaking of a little bit of tough luck, tell us real quick about what you think is going on with your bouncer.
Yeah, I'm not sure. We had a great first run, flew up the rock section, had a great time, just hammered down, let it sing, had a great section there. Got to the top of the hill, turned around, came down. Things were still going well. And then we got to the short course, and I don't know if I had a bad bounce or what, but either my fuel pump or my fuel filter is just having some issues, and it is not running well. We went back. There was a leak in the fuel line. We went and fixed that, tightened everything up. Unfortunately, it's still not running right. So we'll see how the second course goes. This is Klay KAS. Klay came out and kind of set the world on fire yesterday with that fastest time on course 2. So now he's out here and
class.
Just absolutely him and Nathan King were just battling it. I mean, like 1 second difference, I think, on course 1.
Well, and we never see Klay race in the Bounty class because usually his focus is all on the Cup class. And this season he's had a few more DNFs and mechanical failures than we're used to seeing from him. And he's just kind of like, you know what, screw it, I'm going for Bounty. Can't win the Cup anymore, so let's just go for Bounty while we're here too.
Again, making quick work of that uphill section. Again, being able to pick that line, and he is flying downhill. You can see that buggy just skipping. Ooh, buddy. Woo!
Oh, he's coming in hot. Making his way up the super grip slab, no problem. Now, we raced up this yesterday in the Cup class, so most of our UTV drivers have already been on this section of the Mickey Thompson mountainside.
There
it is.
He is flying. Hear that skid plate just skimming as he's coming down. Wow.
Man, he wants to make sure he's on top of some sort of box this weekend.
Yeah. Look at that. Look at that drift.
Nice.
Just launching out there. Bree taking cover.
Safety first.
He is flying.
All right, this is definitely going to be the time to beat on course 2.
That's a 183.345 for Mr. Klay KAS.
And, you know, he did have a little trouble on the ledges.
Yeah.
So if somebody can one-shot those,
yeah,
they'll definitely be doing good. We've got Nathan King rolling up to the line now. Nathan had the fastest time on course 1. He also won our Cup class yesterday.
Wow. Definitely trying to take home some hardware.
Nice. Oh, and he got hung up.
Okay. There we go. Come on.
Uh-oh. That's a tough spot.
That is. Hopefully right there you can. I was trying to see if his belly's hanging up there. Or?
I can't quite tell what he's getting. Looks like everything's pulling. I think he's just in the super loose.
That's what I was trying to look
stuff.
At. The way he was digging down and the way it didn't move forward at all, I was thinking maybe broken axle, but it looks like they're all pulling. The left rear corner, is that pulling? No, yeah.
It looks like it.
Yeah. Yeah. Man. Yeah, he's just trying to get up that stinking hill. There he goes.
There you go.
He must have been caught on something because the way it was moving, it was not moving.
Yeah, that was a weird spot.
It was.
That's always frustrating when you're driving and
yeah,
you can't tell exactly what you're hung up on.
Yeah.
Oh, didn't take it quite as wide as Klay. All right, he was able to one-shot that ledge.
Wow, he is flying downhill now.
I think he just got a lap full of gravel coming down that last ledge.
Yeah, front skid plate cleaned up a little there. Yeah, I think that driver rear tire is flat.
Oh, come on, Tire, hang on there. Oh. Oh, he's so close. Oh, no.
He might be able to finish it. There he goes. There we go. Come on.
It's the last lap of the day, of the weekend.
That is awesome.
And he is through the finish line. 290.164.
Wow.
And a battle to the finish line for Nathan King. Or a slow limp to the finish line.
Yeah.
Speaking of Kings, we now have Madison King on the line. Madison sitting third for the season coming into the weekend. Man, so with Nathan had the fastest time on course 1, but now with that a little bit of struggling on course 2, it's going to be interesting to see what the rest of these times look like. Oh!
It's riding a wheelie up there. Oh!
Easy does it, Madison.
Backing up, getting a little more run at it. Again, after watching her brother right there, I guarantee you she's trying to make sure she carries enough momentum into it.
She's about at the same spot that he got hung up on.
Trying to get through there as smoothly as possible. Whoa! Carrying those front wheels up.
See how ledge number 2 goes. Hill number 2. Look at that, right up it. Atta girl, Madison.
She did have a quick time.
Definitely looking good so far. Her time to beat right now is Klay KAS's 183. She's going to have to really be moving on the short course section.
Again, I think so.
Oh, no. Why do we stop? There we go. Oh. Is it in limp mode?
I don't know. I mean, the good news is it's a flat track, so if you're going to have issues, this is kind of where you want to have the issue at, because you can usually limp it through there to get to the finish line.
Something doesn't seem
quite
right with the buggy. Definitely not. No, she was having some issues at Pretty Place.
Yeah. Sounds like she's just kind of feathering it to get it in. What's up, Emma Bentley, Adam Kuntz, Wade Dude. What's up, everybody? Appreciate you guys tuning in. That's a 244.933 for Madison King. Again, very frustrating.
Another limp to the finish line.
Yeah.
From the King family, but hey, they both were able to finish both courses for UTV Bounty.
Which is impressive. I don't think people realize how impressive it is to finish a UTV Bounty course. Yeah, I could see why that would be a little warm, being that, just basically when you get on that no-lift facility, it can get pretty warm pretty quick.
Long course.
It was.
Too, and a lot of hill climbing. Plus, it's just hot out today, and these buggies are sitting out there in the sun, too. I'd be overheating as well, Matt.
It's true.
Yeah.
Taylor says,
speaking of sitting out there in the sun.
Speaking of sitting there in that hot, hot sun, Nathaniel Bell in the Raceline starting gate. Patiently waiting to head to those RCV rocks. Yeah. Taylor's like, I can say that because I'm sitting in the AC. Although today the breeze has not been horrible. That breeze has picked up a little bit and been pretty nice. And again, Rush Springs Ranch here has been a pretty beautiful day. Hi from Sweden on YouTube. What is up?
Oh, nice.
Shout out to our Sweden fans. That's awesome.
Thanks for joining us.
Cody says, howdy from Wisconsin. Heck yeah.
Missed out on the first round of bouncers. Well, the great thing is you can go back and watch it on Facebook and YouTube. All right, let's see how Nathaniel Bell does on this course. He was leading the pack in points coming into the weekend. Getting squared up for that super grip slab, up and over.
He is ripping it. Ooh, he is flying. That might be our new leader.
If he can make a smooth round on the CA Tech short course, I think we are going to be seeing our new fastest time. 152.616.
Wow.
And that is definitely our new leader for Course 2 and a great smooth run from Nathaniel Bell.
Yeah, you heard it right, first place.
We've still got about 3 drivers for Course 2 of UTV Bounty class. And then we'll have round 2 for the bouncers. Austin Tidwell is on the course now.
Again, making it through those Raceline rocks, or the RCV rocks there, is just absolutely brutal. Can you see a lot of guys checking up just because they want to try to save that steering for later on in the course?
We did see some carnage there yesterday.
Go, baby, go.
Were you blindfolded during the other guys' runs?
Oh, he is off in the weeds.
Okay, that's not a good place to be. And here's
It's
why.
going to be a little tricky.
Behind him is a pretty steep drop-off. So he's going to have to try to back up and get over there. As well as to the right side, there it's also pretty steep.
So he needs to wiggle his way back over.
Yeah.
Left and forward. Not to worry, Cody Kaysen is making his way up.
I think he shut it off. Yeah,
right,
I think that. Yeah,
we're gonna
that's
go check it out and see if he needs some recovering.
that's going to be a pretty hard spot to free a side by side from if you're trying to just gas it.
Hey, I'd like to point out that tomorrow
Apparently, tomorrow is Keith's birthday.
What?
I just heard Zach talking about it.
That's awesome.
So happy birthday to Keith,
Our recovery guru.
our recovery expert, captain, all the things. He is a huge part of putting on our events out here and helping keep everything running safe and smooth. And I think every driver that's ever been out here has probably benefited from Keith and his recovery, the tools that he carries, his onboard welder, something at some point. So everybody is, of course, always glad to have Keith out here and appreciate his dedication to the sport and the series and the drivers. So happy birthday. Happy early birthday to Keith.
Just an awesome, awesome guy. Literally helps out everyone, including old ladies at gas stations. Like just
we got it. We put a picture up yesterday of him that Taylor happened upon Keith at a gas station. There it is right there, a couple days ago, Thursday. And that's just Keith in his element right there.
Yeah.
He's always helping and recovering somebody, somewhere, whether it's on the race course or not. So that was him helping out a stranger at a gas station. Getting sniped by the paparazzi.
Yep.
If you guys are just tuning in, this is Alston Tidwell on the course. You can see kind of way off in the weeds there. We're going to help him get off the hill. There's a shot for you. Big thank you to Cody Kaysen and all of our drivers and recovery folks that are quick on the hill and quick to go help out their fellow racers. You can see that ledge in the weeds there that's behind Alston, and that's why they don't want to just back him down off the hill. We have 2 drivers left in the Bounty class for Course 2, and then we'll be moving on to the Bouncers Course 2. But while they work on getting Alston off the hill, we are going to take a quick commercial break, and then we'll be right back to wrap up that Bounty racing action.
RCV Performance specializes in axle manufacturing. We've been doing this for a little over 80 years on a variety of different products. We really specialized into the racing and rock bouncing and all that about 15, 20 years ago, got into the specialized aftermarket automotive stuff, and we love it. So what sets RCV apart from the rest is we use a CV, whereas that replaces the U-joint in solid axle applications. So your custom 14-bolt, Dana 80, Dana 60, 44, Jeep JK, everything that has a solid front axle, we'll replace that U-joint, put a CV in, which will give you a smoother power delivery, stronger at angle, and overall better performance. So we make RCVs for everything from Suzuki Samurai to Jeep to Toyota, all the way to Rockwell, custom, whatever, you name it, we got it. So reach out to us, rcvperformance.com. Check us out online.
So we have 3 different beadlock wheels that most of our guys use. We have the teardrop, we have the twisted, and then we have the twisted black. So we have a machine version of the twisted, and then we have the black. We have these in 14 and 15 inch, all 4 lug. But we'll be coming out with, in addition to some of the tires I was talking about earlier that we're coming out with, we're going to have a new line of wheels come out. Some of those will be 5 lug to keep up with some of the new manufacturing that's happening in the UTV world. But the beadlock wheels that we're selling right now, Rock Life and those guys carry these as well. So right now we're having some specials on them. So I'd recommend if you need a set of beadlocks, you're not going to find any cheaper than those.
Mickey Thompson Tires announces a new American mud terrain legend, the new Baja Legend MTZ. 35 different sizes, and one is just waiting for your rig. The Baja Legend MTZ.
All right, we are back here. We are almost done with recovery, I think. It looks like we're close.
I think Alston's off the hill, and now we're just getting the hill cleared off from our recovery crew, and then we'll be ready to send Josh Krapinski off the line.
Got 2 or 3 more UTVs?
Just Josh and Casey, I believe.
2, it looks like.
Yep. And then that'll wrap up UTV Bounty for the day.
Got Keith, our recovery expert, out there getting off course.
Fastest time right now is Nathaniel Bell with a 1:52, and then we've got Klay KAS with a 1:83.
So what's the bouncer going to do?
That's a good question. What do you guys think?
I don't know. I mean, they will have a little bit bigger tires, but they are heavier, and it takes a lot of power to get up these steep hills. So
It's
we'll see.
a long course.
It is. It is a very long course. And some of these light buggies can whip through the short course area behind us, and so, you know, are we going to see faster times of Bouncer? We will see.
We will all find out together.
Ooh.
Oh, he is coming all the way on back.
Okay. So
I think he's got it.
yeah, it looks like it. Letting her bounce from side to side.
Pinballing.
It looks like that front wheel's a little messed up too.
Oh. A little extra articulation in the front right now.
Yeah.
A little bonus flex in there.
Cool. A little bonus.
Man, so far so good for Josh.
Yeah. Whip it around there. A little hairpin turn. Again, this UTV is, man, it's burying that center section of that belly pan right into that hill.
Getting flexy.
Getting flexy. I like it. Making quick work of that short course. Rip it around these corners.
All right, let's see where this puts him.
That's a 192.365 for Mr. Josh Krapinski.
And that is a third place time currently on course 2.
Casey Howell sitting in a Raceline starting gate. Again, Casey been laying it down this weekend. Just coming out and making a statement. That just shows how like monster that section is.
Casey had a third place time on course 1. Oh, uh-oh, no. When you run over your own tire,
Dang it.
that's a Sad day.
I don't know if he knows he's broke right now.
I think the good indicator is that he can look at his own tire laying up there on the hill.
But if he isn't, as soon as he takes off, not only will it not be pulling, but he'll also at some point recognize his own tire in front of him. And
go, that's sad because he was second in points so far for the season. A lot of tire and wheel carnage today.
Yeah.
A lot of rocks out here on this course. Not only the the large boulders and the ledges that they're going over, but even the flat areas. It's this gravelly.
Yeah.
I don't know, dusty, gravelly, pea gravel kind of stuff.
Got an instant replay here, brought to you by Rock Racing TV. Yeah, right there. You can see it kind of let go.
Yeah, I just had a whole lot of. Oh.
Man, dang it.
Yep, a whole lot of tension on it right there. And it let go. Billy, finals will be at Wildcat this year. So we will be there for 3 days of racing and shenanigans.
Lots of racing.
That's pretty much how finals is.
Lots of racing, lots of shenanigans.
That's pretty much how it is anytime you get this group together.
Yeah, pretty much, pretty much.
Our next event will be at Indian Mountain in Alabama, September 13th and 14th. And then finals at Wildcat, October 3rd through 5th. So if you guys are going to be somewhat local to one of those parks, you should definitely try and make some plans to come on out and watch the racing action in person. You can always go to nationalrockracing.com to find the calendar. You can find the point standings for the season so far, driver bios, some merch. There's all kinds of good stuff on there at nationalrockracing.com.
So I'm trying to get them all moved up and recovered. Wade Good joining the chat. What's up, Mr. Wade Good? I heard he's going to be at finals as well.
Word on the street.
Yeah. I don't know if that means he's coming in to spectate or he's coming in to be ornery or just, race with us.
You coming to spectate, dominate.
Yes. I really don't know. It's, good to...
Shenanigate.
Shenanigate. Yes, they're, we have some pretty ornery drivers. Yes.
All right, guys. Well, since Casey was our last driver, let me tally this up real quick, and then we'll do a rundown for Course 2.
Let's get those times tallied up. Again, we'll be kicking off with our bouncer here just shortly. Again, we had a few DNFs there. Like I said, a lot of hang-ups and breakage.
All right. Nathaniel Bell had the fastest time on Course 2 with a 1:52, followed by Klay KAS with a 1:83, Josh Krupinski with a 1:92, Madison King with a 2:44, and Nathan King with a 2:90. And then we did have 3 DNFs, Xavier Soy, Austin Tidwell, and Casey Howell. So that does wrap up our day of racing for the UTV Bounty class. That means we're moving on to the bouncers.
Heck yeah.
But first, we are going to take a quick commercial break, let them finish their recovery, and then we'll be right back with that RCV Axle bouncer class.
The Mickey Thompson Premium Mud Terrain is on the road and full of undisputed attitude. The Baja Boss MT. No compromises, ever. We are purpose-built tires for truck and Jeep enthusiasts everywhere. All mud tires are not created equal, and here's the proof. Powerfly XD construction, asymmetrical tread design, extreme side biters, and more. Find your tire size today at MickeyThompsonTires.com.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to the 8th race of the National Rock Racing Association, presented by Mickey Thompson. This race is brought to you by Raceline Wheels. We are so excited to be here in Missouri. Pineville, Missouri. We're just so excited to be here. Again, beautiful weather today, a nice light breeze. It's just been an incredible, awesome day. Tons of racing action. Bree, what are your thoughts?
Oh, man, we've had a great day of racing so far. We are ready for round 2 for the RCV Axle Bouncer class. Round 1 was meant to be a little faster, not quite as difficult. Wanted to get some good fast times in. Round 2 is going to be a little more... we're going to have an extra hill section in there, so it's going to be longer, and we might see a little more difficulty, a little more struggling on round 2. I don't know. We'll find out.
Yeah, again, I think Clyde would talked a little about that this morning. Again, first course a little faster time, the second one a lot more technical. I think you're going to see some of those times start stretching out as guys trying to put a little more distance between them and the competitors. Maybe they got in front of them or behind them, being that we are going uphill and downhill twice before that big short course we have. So I think you're going to see the time separate a little bit. And again, some of those guys definitely pushing hard. The downhill, you can definitely pick up speed in. But it's also kind of sketchy to go downhill that fast. So
it's a big hill.
Yeah, I don't know exactly how it's going to hang out, but definitely people are going to be ripping it up the hill. So very excited. This is our second course. So we're going to start with the evens. We do the evens and then the odds. A lot of racing action coming our way. So I'm very, very excited. I think we're going to kick off with Chris Griggs. There we are. Chris was down here doing a little testing of tunings last night. And Chris has been more comfortable as this rig gets more dialed in all season long. Again, kind of shooting across from the right side to the left side, landing. Oh, buddy. And people do not realize, getting past that initial concrete rock ledge there, big monster rock ledge, is not the easiest part.
Hey, that's definitely a big accomplishment in and of itself.
It is, and then you have to have a long, steep climb. So it's just really rowdy. Again, trying to get the rest of that up. And then you have this downhill section that is super sketchy. Again, Chris kind of monster trucking down through there. Chris Griggs has been racing with us for quite a while. Picked up this chassis and definitely doing very well with it, getting more comfortable, feeling it out.
Yeah, Wide Open Design did a great job on this build for him. Sharp-looking rig.
He added an LSA supercharger earlier this year.
Oh, ride it out.
And added some more power, so he's able to kind of get with a little bit. Definitely doing well. Again, just a long, steep climb. Heading up there, whipping around that hairpin turn. Again, checking up just a little bit, coming down that downhill section. Then once you hit that last ledge, it is smooth sailing from here.
It is smooth short coursing. A good kind of short coursing.
Yes. The buggy's handling very well. Definitely have those shocks dialed in.
Did he have this one out here last year?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I can't quite remember.
Kind of launching off those ledges there. Woo!
Nice.
That's a 154.912 for Mr. Chris Griggs. Again, kicking off the rock bouncers here in Pineville, Missouri at Rush Springs Ranch.
Let me give you guys a quick top 5 rundown from round 1. Tim Cameron had the fastest time with an 87, followed by Daniel Heckley with a 92, Nick Reich with a 94, Brandon Davis with a 96.0, and Clint Garrison with a 96.9. Those are your top 5 from course 1 of the RCV Axle Bouncer class.
All right, we got little Tim Bacon sitting in the Raceline starting gate. He is racing for Mr. Randall Key. And the Rowdy 2.
Two rowdies.
Two Rowdies.
All the rowdies.
All the Rowdies. I'm excited to see him coming out with that big block power. Ooh. Again, look at all the debris just getting ejected from the backside of that rock bouncer. I mean, just incredible. Watching that big block eat.
We know two things that the Bacon Racing family is a fan of, and that's horsepower and hill killing.
Yep.
We're seeing it, both of it right now from little Tim and 2 Rowdy. Oh.
Taking his time, checking up a little bit there.
It's like he never even took a break from racing.
Yeah. Can watch this new chassis out there in the short course. Watch him whip that corner with the rear steer. Very, very cool.
Nice run from Timothy Bacon.
Wow.
With a 146.461. Not bad, not bad.
No, again, that's it. I was curious what our times are going to be for the bouncers compared to the UTVs that racing today. Got Ben Driscoll sitting in that Raceline starting gate.
We're going to let the dust settle down a little bit before we send Ben off the line.
Again, Ben was not down here pre-running last night. He said, I was on my way here. He's like, I was literally driving on the way here. Got here the early hours of the morning.
Oh, he must have had a doppelganger down here.
Yeah.
Because I heard from a couple people that he was one of the drivers down here.
Making quick work of that.
Oh, no!
Keep it on. Keep it on. Ooh, buddy. Caught that rock, and she...
Ooh, smoking.
That motor's definitely pretty warm right now.
All right, we've got recovery on the way.
Not exactly sure what happened there. Okay, you can see all the different lines going up and down that course.
Bird's eye view of the Mickey Thompson Mountain out here.
Ben had a great run going, made quick work of that hill, or a quick work of that big ledge at the bottom of the hill, and took kind of a bad bounce. I'm not sure if he broke something in the steering or just hit a stump or what. It looks like his front tire caught a rock maybe. He's out there looking around on it.
Taylor, do we have a replay?
I heard the... Getting... Ooh, they're saying a drive shaft is jammed up in there. I'm not sure exactly. Again, I'm assuming it's a front drive shaft. He hit that rock and broke a front drive shaft. So that's not good. That stinks. Again, had a super smooth run going. Again, Ben also picked this chassis up about halfway through the season and has getting more and more comfortable with it throughout the season. Wow.
Oh.
So the drive shaft also removed the starter from the chat. So they're going to have to get that fixed.
Wow.
So they're going to have to get him lowered back down.
Rip the starter off.
Wow. I mean, he was getting it. I got to give it to him. He was out there just getting it. Unfortunately, I would say caught a rock. There looks like there's a big rock right in front of him, right where he's standing. I think there's a big rock. And he came up, cut over, broke that drive shaft. The drive shaft swung around and caught that starter. Unfortunately, that stinks. I know. That stinks. You hate to see that again, especially from such a smooth run that was going. All right, looks like we're going to take a minute to give some recovery here again. Ben standing out there. Trying to figure out the best way to get it off the hill. Again, we want to get it off in a way that's safe for everyone, including the driver. We don't want to tear up his rig or her rig, for our female drivers. Richard Hutchins on the live feed. That same spot, my buggy took a nap there last year. Yes, that is a very rough spot. And again, there's kind of some drop-offs. You go a little farther right, there's a drop-off. Right behind him is kind of a drop-off. And so you really want to be careful right there. That is a super sketchy spot to be in. Again, thanks to all our recovery staff out there. We got some media people on the hill checking it out, making sure everything's good. And obviously Ben's out checking it all out and kind of formulating a game plan of what the best way to get that off the hill. All right, we got a hello from Fountain Hills, Arizona on YouTube. Shout out to everybody. See where they're tuning in from. It's always great to see all the different people from the different states or different countries. Again, I know we have some people who log in from Iceland to watch us. Some of the Icelandic guys, they come race with us occasionally. We got Australia. One of our own racers was in Spain this weekend, so Shout out to Ethan Martin and hanging out in Spain. I know they went to Ibiza not too long ago. That was pretty awesome. Our breeze died down for a little bit, but we had a nice little breeze going on this afternoon. Beautiful weather here. I want to say 86 degrees, probably, and sunny. No, warmer. I'm getting the motion from Bree saying it's much warmer than that. It is a little warm. I'm not going to lie. It is a little warm. I guess I could look at my phone. They have this little new fancy technology called an iPhone. You can double check. 89. Ooh, 89. Yeah, a little muggy. A little bit muggy. Again, after this, we'll be doing podiums today. We have all yesterday's podiums and all of today's podiums. That'll be exciting. Bree is also sharing her snacky snacks with me. Been over there trying to figure out the best way to get it off the hill. Again, we're about for, this is our third bouncer, I believe. Third bouncer in for the 8th race of the National Rock Racing Association. We are down here in Rush Springs Ranch in Pineville, Missouri. Again, we had the park owner up here in the booth with us earlier. They said the park's about 1,000 acres. They have RV hookups and they have cabins you can rent. So if you're looking to come down and do some wheeling, you're in the southern corner of Missouri. Again, this is some of the boats that they have brought in and made living quarters out of. Very cool, very interesting, very different, which I love. I love that it's just different, you know, and you can see some of them have kind of a loft on the top there where you can get in there and party. Lots of shenanigans can happen, as Bree would say. Again, very cool, kind of fun. Have sailboats, they have speedboats. Kind of fun, kind of cool, kind of different. They have a bathhouse here you can check into. You have some cabins you can rent. They also have RV hookups. I want to say they had like 50-some RV hookups, which is, again, very cool. See the loft on that last one on the end there. Again, the Russ and his wife are just absolutely just beautiful people. Again, very nice. Come up, we got to talk to them a little bit. Each year their park makes T-shirts for the event, which is really cool. They do a great job of promoting the event as well. Yeah, so if you're looking for a fun place to just come ride, check them out. Looks like they're trying to get a couple points hooked to them. Again, trying to make this as safe as possible. Again, he lost a drive shaft. I'm not sure if he bumped it or it twisted and broke. I'm not sure exactly what happened there, but definitely lost the drive shaft. And when the drive shaft let go, it also took out the starter. Literally took out the starter. It removed it from the chat. Got Keith up there. our recovery expert. Knox is up there. You can see Clyde in the Jeep. Again, I think they're trying to get his rear end pulled over as they're trying to get his front end kind of unstuck from some of those bigger rocks. Yeah, shout out to Warren Winch for supplying our winches that were, again, that we use. Keith's vehicle, poor Keith. His vehicle gets like 1 billion miles a year put on it just at our race alone. So, again, we use it a lot. Can shout out for Clyde for bringing his Jeep out. Again, I'm not sure if they're able to get the drive shaft unstuck. They might have to wait till it gets back down to the ground to kind of figure that out. Looks like they ran the winch up to a snatch block on a tree and then ran it back over to him. Again, there is a giant ravine to his right side there. So that's why they're taking time, being cautious there. We also have some equipment here that we could use if we need to. Some dozers and such. We'll have to see if we can't get Ben Driscoll back over here after he's done with his run. I'm sure he'll be trying to get the rig back up to his trailer. Ken, I know he's probably want to either get a drug up and winched into the trailer. See if we can't get him over here for a quick interview. Ben's going to climb back in and try to use that rear steer to help kind of gently maneuver the back end of that over. All right, while they get this thing recovered, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be back right after these messages with some more racing action.
The Mickey Thompson Premium Mud Terrain is on the road and full of undisputed attitude. The Baja Boss MT. No compromises, ever. We are purpose-built tires for truck and Jeep enthusiasts everywhere. All mud tires are not created equal, and here's the proof. Powerfly XD construction, asymmetrical tread design, extreme side biters, and more. Find your tire size today at MickeyThompsonTires.com.
So we were a sponsor of SRRS in 2012, the first year, and we built our product to the racers. They had a need, and we had a solution. They were breaking parts, breaking axles, and we were able to build the strongest axles on the planet for them. We developed the Big Bell CV over that period of time as well, which is the 40 spline, 47 spline stuff that you see in a majority of the rock bouncers. And we've also developed UTV for the UTV buggies and the stock class racers. We've got products for that as well. So we've really utilized this racing to develop and work with these guys the best product available. So over the years, we've worked really closely with drivers like Tim Cameron. He's been very helpful helping us develop this product line for the UTV, the rock bouncer, and he's been quite successful himself doing the racing, as well as a ton of others. We couldn't be here without these guys testing our product and doing these things, pushing us to the limit to help them push them to the limit.
All right, so this is our XT tire, and this is the 35, 10, 15. It's the biggest tire that we make for a UTV. And this is the road compound. We have two different compounds. As you can see, it's kind of hard to squeeze these together. This is going to last you a lot longer if you're just doing trail riding, riding on asphalt to get to the trails. If you're trailering and you're only going to be on trails, then I'd recommend our trail compound. And it's much softer to grip and grab those rocks really well. That's what the majority of our drivers that we sponsor use the XT Trail compound. But we also have our AMP tire, and this is a 6-ply tire. The XT is the 8-ply. It's got really tough sidewalls, and in fact, one of our drivers took first place in the Bounty Series last race in Hot Springs with this tire. So those are the two main tires that all racers use. And you can get any of these tires and the wheels that they're mounted on through Rock Life as well.
Rebirthed from the depths of Baja, Mickey Thompson Tires announces a new American mud terrain legend. The new Baja Legend MTZ. Silica reinforced T4 tread compound. Powerply 3-ply construction. Improved 4-pitch side biters. Proven MTZ tread styling for undisputed traction. 35 different sizes, and one is just waiting for your rig. The Baja Legend MTZ.
No matter where your ride takes you. Whether it's a quick trip or a slow climb. When you choose RCV Performance Axles, you're guaranteed to finish every time.
Mickey Thompson Tires announces a new American mud terrain legend. The new Baja Legend MTZ. 35 different sizes, and one is just waiting for your rig. The Baja Legend MTZ.
The Mickey Thompson Premium Mud Terrain is on the road and full of undisputed attitude. The Baja Boss MT. No compromises, ever. We are purpose-built tires for truck and Jeep enthusiasts everywhere. All mud tires are not created equal, and here's the proof. Powerply XD construction, asymmetrical tread design, extreme side biters, and more. Find your tire size today at MickeyThompsonTires.com. Mickey Thompson Premium Mud Terrain is on the road and full of undisputed attitude. The Baja Boss MT. No compromises, ever. We are purpose-built tires for truck and Jeep enthusiasts everywhere. All mud tires are not created equal, and here's the proof. Powerply XD construction, asymmetrical tread design, extreme side biters, and more. Find your tire size today at MickeyThompsonTires.com.
All right, guys, welcome back to Rush Springs Ranch. We are on course 2 for the RCV Axle Bouncer class. We are still working on our recovery of Ben Driscoll on the hill, so you guys can take a look at some of that behind-the-scenes action here. And definitely a good time to give our recovery crew a shout-out for all their hard work to help keep everything running safe and smooth here at the race today. I think we are pretty close to having Ben off the hill, and then I do believe we might have Nick Reich coming up to the line. So you guys stay tuned for just a few more minutes, and we'll get back to that racing action. All right, guys, I think that completes our recovery. We are ready to move on with some more bouncer racing action. We are 3 drivers into round 2. So far, our fastest time is Little Tim Bacon with a 1:46, followed by Chris Griggs with a 1:54.
We got Nick Reich sitting in the line. Again, Nick coming all the way from Wisconsin. I know he has a huge group of people cheering him on usually. He does a lot of wheeling up there, hanging out. He's got the Woolly Bogger Facebook page. So they do a lot of posting for cool off-road stuff. You guys can check him out. The old Woolly Bugger? Maybe.
Last year we had one, the big rock right here. The one coming down.
Maybe.
There's a few bouncers for sale right now, floating around out there.
Which, again, there's some really good deals, too, as well. Yeah. So if you, too, want to be a rock bouncer driver, we can help make that happen. Yes, we can help you spend as much money as you have.
right, Nick Reich has been waiting patiently. He is ready to leave this Raceline starting gate in the rear view.
Brian Dunnigan says a helicopter would have been nice. You know what? I concur. Like, that Rock Life off-road helicopter, just, we're waiting on it still. I'm assuming that's a lot of pair of shades to end up with a helicopter. What's up, Emma Bentley? Yeah. The Out the Top podcast has to do a few more views before we get that helicopter money. Again, I think Kiss Buggy's going to just fly up that hill. That chromoly chassis just going to zing up there. Again, he likes to jump, too. He likes to send it. Nick's a pretty hardcore racer. And for those of you who just turned in, we're 3 racers into the Rock Bouncers, second course today. We got Nick Reich sitting in our Raceline starting gate. We'll be going live any second.
Here we go. Clock is hot for Nick Reich. He had a third-place finish on Course 1. We've already had some carnage on Course 2. Let's see if we can get a smooth run from Nick.
He is just throttling through there. I mean, just rocketing through that bottom half of that hill. Ooh. Just skipping down.
Busting down the hill. Nice. A quick turn up the Super Grip slab.
Ooh. A little different approach.
Cut through some of the weeds there.
Yeah.
I like it. Don't have to take too long coming around to get squared up.
Yeah. He is flying. Again, that short course, the first couple of jumps I was walking with him, and he was saying that he's going to, you can kind of just sail right off of those. They're not bad. You're kind of just landing on the other side.
This is definitely going to be a good run from Nick Reich.
Ooh, okay. Getting that far inside corner. Man, look at him just drift around the corner. See what that time's going to be.
1:35.369 for Nick Reich. Our new fastest time. And, man, he was moving.
That's flying.
That was pretty smooth. I don't know as he left a whole lot out on the course.
Yeah, I was trying to look at our UTV times. I mean, that looks like 1:52 was our fastest UTV time. I don't, how much faster can you get,
No.
Going from a 1:52 to a 1:35. And speaking of Ford, this is Jay Stortz here in Ford Play. Letting our course air out a little bit.
can't quite tell which buggy they're working on over there to the left.
Is that Ben? No, it's not Ben.
No, Ben's parked behind the bush.
Is that
no, somebody's
Fordzilla?
Someone's getting some work right now.
Is that Fordzilla?
Here we go with Jay Stortz.
I think it's Fordzilla. He must have broke something coming through there. Again, speaking of Ford, we got Ford Play. Mr. Jay Stortz. Letting that big Ford motor eat. Hearing that motor just sing.
Uh-oh. Where are you going, Jay? There you go. Almost missed his turn. One thing I would say about Jay's driving is that he is tenacious.
He is.
He will beat that thing to the ground.
He will. I was watching that front end kind of just bounce as he was just flying up that hill. Heck yeah, that's awesome. Again, we love all our comments on YouTube. We appreciate those guys.
Gotta love our widespread rock bouncing fan base.
Heck yeah.
Who doesn't love watching something like this? That's a 164.465 for Jay Stortz.
10-4, Taylor.
And I see Brendan Jones on the line now.
If only you would have said that.
Brendan is also our Skinny Pedal Award winner from the race at Pretty Place a few weeks ago.
Getting Brendan Jones sitting in that Raceline starting gate.
Brendan earned that Skinny Pedal Award through liberal use of the Skinny Pedal.
Yes.
Up the hill.
Just getting wild with it.
Here we go with Brendan Jones.
Clock is hot. Letting that motor sing.
And that motor does have a very specific octave that it hits.
It does.
It's got a distinct sound out here.
Yeah, it just revs so high. And I asked Justin, I said, why is that rev so high? I said, is that like just a really high RPM? He said, no. He said, I think it's the exhaust. He has those 180-degree headers, and I think it's just the exhaust, the way they wrap. Just makes it kind of sing louder. If you ever heard the Shannon Campbell's, any of his cars, they kind of sound very similar to that.
Justin Wills being the one who was the original driver of this buggy, and he called it Modern Barney. Not sure if that's the name that Brendan has stuck with or not. We're going to have to find that out.
Yeah. Again, such a unique sound. Ooh, buddy. You don't realize how steep those hills are until you're on one sideways. And then you're like, yeah, this is not a good...
That'll change your perspective real quick.
Not a good place to be. Good news is there's no tree and foliage in front of you, so... Just ripping it all the way to the top. Just ripping through that short course section there. Hear the rocks pelting the side of the production trailer as they whip around that high bank turn. This bowl short course area is just an absolute blast.
And through the finish for Brendan Jones. Let's see that time.
That's a 181.461 for Mr. Brendan Jones.
Brian, yes, I should have said the previous owner, not original. Previous was Modern Barney with Justin Wheels. Before that, I believe it was Danny Smith in Modern Warfare.
Modern Warfare, and then
it's gone through a few reincarnations.
And I believe Justin just put all his drivetrain into it, so it's kind of a culmination of. I mean, essentially from that version of it, it was Justin. Again, that motor that he put in there just absolutely sings. He did mess that motor up at the end of last year, so it got rebuilt for this year.
Clint Garrison on the course.
Head to that RCV rock section, just bouncing through there.
Clint had a 5th place time on course 1. Another previous Danny Smith buggy.
Yeah, he had
Liberty 2.
Yeah, 3 or 4 there in like a 5-year window. And this was the one he raced, I think, the last couple of years and did very successful with it. I mean, absolutely came out and just I actually got to drive it the first time back, and I was very cautious. I was terrified I was going to break something. And he goes, come on, get in. And then he hops in there and goes around the short course at Dirty Turtle and just absolutely.
Considering what we saw Danny do in it,
yes.
I think you were safe.
Yeah, he just set the course on fire out there just ripping around.
And Clint has definitely put this buggy through its paces as well.
Using that rear steer, whipping around the corner. Again, a lot of our drivers that have rear steer are very comfortable with it.
You pretty much have to be if you're going to use it and have it benefit you and be able to use it to its full extent. If you're not comfortable with it, it's more likely just going to mess you up. The time to beat right now on course 2 is a 1:35 from Nick Reich.
I don't know. This is a quick run, but isn't going to be fast enough to knock Nick down the podium. I mean, he is flying. Wow.
152.263. Definitely a very respectable time from Clint Garrison. I think one of the places where Nick made up some time was coming off his super grip slab and cutting straight up through the weeds instead of trying to come around and get squared up for that second hill climb.
I guarantee there's a few drivers definitely watching that little shortcut.
Speaking of, Tim Cameron.
Speaking of shortcuts,
is sitting on the line now. He's not a shortcutter, but he knows how to find the line of least resistance and least distance.
He is very creative when it comes to courses. And again, I've learned a lot by watching him over the years at just what lines I took during the race, then going back and watching what lines he took. I mean, the guy is extremely creative and uses those to advantage, just like we saw Nick Reich with earlier today. You know, if you can see him come out there and shave a second here, second there, that definitely pays off in the end for you.
Timmy definitely has a knack for finding the line.
Again, this is 100 shot. Again, this looks like a large UTV with just big tires and a monster motor.
Tim Cameron, clock is hot.
Ooh. I mean, that front end is still just bucking 3/4 the way up the hill. Again, whipping around, coming right back downhill. Again, look at the speed he is coming downhill with.
You've got to really be comfortable in your vehicle and with your own seat time and skills to come busting down a hill that long and steep, that fast.
Yeah.
And Timmy's definitely on his way to setting our new fastest time here on course 2 right now. He's got to beat a 1:35.
Watching him whip around to the top of the hill, I think he has to be.
He's on par to do it.
He has to be one of the fastest at just being able to get to the top, whip around, and come right back down. Wow, that is just impressive. To watch that thing just drift around the corner is just incredible.
Getting a little squirrely there. That's what happens when you're pushing it.
He's staying a little bit lower in the bottom of that last turn there, and I think it has to be just so he can get down there and got some more hookup. 128.611. That is incredible from Mr. Tim Cameron.
That's going to be tough to beat, guys.
That's incredible. And again, the fastest time on the UTVs was 152. Timmy just ran a 128. I don't know if we're going to see anything faster than that. I mean, it's going to be hard to really come out and put that down. I know we got a handful of guys that are getting ready to get ready.
Daniel Heckley is definitely going to be riding the ragged edge.
Yeah, there definitely are. All right, well, I'm going to run and get ready, and I'll see you guys here in a little bit.
All right, good luck, Matt. Have fun. That means we are about halfway through course 2 for the RCB Axle Bouncer Cup. We've got Clayton Smith sitting in the Raceline starting gate.
Hello, Bree.
Hello, Clyde. Welcome to the booth. You guys don't often get to hear from Mr. Clyde Bynum.
I try to stay out of this position.
The captain of this USS NRRA. Clyde, what do you think about Clayton Smith and the reclaimed racing crew, Daniel Bowman also, and how much they've improved over the past year?
They have improved tremendously, actually.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun watching those two race each other. Copy Clayton Smith. Clock is hot.
Clayton's coming into the weekend 4th in points right now. He also had a 3rd place finish at our last event. And then the other Reclaim Racing member we just mentioned, Dan Bowman, had a 4th place finish at our last race.
You know, these two are usually your 4 and 5 spot. They kind of battle back and forth, but they're usually up there in the 4 and 5 spot.
Both of the buggies, Gold Rush and Tyrant, are extremely capable. And then Clayton and Daniel have both become extremely capable drivers as well over the last season.
You know, anybody that's followed the season at all or the series at all, if they don't remember Clayton from Bikini Bottoms last year, they weren't paying attention.
So far, nobody else has cut the corner through those weeds like Nick Wright did. They've all chosen to come around to the bottom and get squared up for the hill. I think that's where we're going to see our faster times. That's one of the places where you can make up some time.
Yeah, well, the thing is, if they didn't walk it and look at it, they don't know what's in there. They won't take the gamble. Nick obviously looked in there and seen what was going on.
Nick was doing his homework on the hill.
He did, and apparently it was very smooth through there because it looked
He didn't
really
bobble
good.
at all.
Not at all.
Clayton's still got a great smooth run going right now. He's made it out of the off the Mickey Thompson mountainside here and onto the CA Tech short course.
This is an environment that they don't get to do a lot, where they get to open it up and find the high-speed side of things.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier today. A lot of our bouncer drivers, some of them have never been on like a short course like this, and then this is really the only park we have these days that allows this kind of racing or has this kind of track. So it's fun to see these guys be able to get out here and let loose. And Clayton is definitely let loose out there right now. Busting on into the finish line here. With a 149.611. A great run from Clayton Smith. And I had, Clyde had to step out, but I've got Klay KAS back in here with me.
Whew.
Thanks for joining me again, Klay.
Oh, yeah.
You're getting double duty between racer and guest commentator.
Yeah, no, normally I don't race on this day. So it ain't as much work, but today's been a little hectic.
So we've got Cooper on the starting line now. We talked a little bit earlier during his first run about the disappointing turn of events at our last event at Pretty Place. You know, the big story coming into it was that Cooper was in the lead for the whole season over Timmy even, just by 2 points, I believe, but it was pretty exciting because it's not something that we ever see, quite rare. And then he did unfortunately have a rollover and DNF, so that moved him down to 3rd place coming into this weekend in points. Daniel Heckley snuck up to 2nd place.
Yeah, Cooper's had some rough luck here lately in the big buggy. Like,
oh no, speaking of rough luck.
That right there. Just
He's got it. He's got it.
Just rough like that right there. Just a bad one little bounce. And having to back up right there. I mean, he's just.
That's right. And last year here at Rush Springs, Cooper rolled over right about here, landed up against that same tree. I think Matt Myrick was right there last year, too.
I think he started a little sooner, though. Cooper went for a little tumble right there last year. He is rolling.
He's making up some time now.
Yep.
Pinballing.
Oh, yeah, he's showing up trying to gas it right now.
You know that's a rough ride.
Oh, yeah.
It's so different between being in the driver's seat and sitting out here and watching it or watching it on video. We mentioned that earlier, but it's easy to say, oh, man, why didn't they just do this or do that? But when you're in race mode and you're just trying to steer and shift, you might even have rear steer going on in there.
Oh, I agree. I tell everyone if they think they can do it better, then show me. Just come show us if y'all think y'all can.
You can always head to nationalrockracing.com, check out the rest of our schedule of events and all the requirements for the classes that we offer and the differentiation between all of our classes, and see which one you might want to join and come on out and race with us.
Come on out, and we'll love to have you.
Come on, Cooper, you're in the home stretch.
Bit of time on the track out here.
A 155.762 for Cooper Bentley. Still a solid run, even with a little bit of a hang up on the hills. I see that good-looking Menace sitting in the Raceline starting gate. Menace got new shoes, got a new wrap.
Got everything.
Got all done up.
Everything he got.
Looking all fresh and clean.
Everything he owns, he's changed up this week.
They all got a fresh new wrap. The Davis Racing fleet. Got those good-looking Mickey Thompsons on there now. And this is the first time that he has wrapped his rigs. I think he's just had like stickers, decals on them before. So Menace is looking good. Brandon had a 4th place time on course 1.
What's our fastest time right now?
Our fastest time right now is a 1:28 from Tim Cameron. So Brandon's got his work cut out for him.
He made easy work of that.
That was pretty good.
Yeah. The way Brandon drives, though, it just looks like he could drive like that for hours and hours and hours.
Him and Clint Garrison have like that similar style to me. They don't look like they're, going crazy and working hard and riding the ragged edge in there.
They just look like they could drive like they are for hours and hours and hours. Just so smooth.
All right, time to open her up on the CA Tech short course.
Kind of seemed where it looked like everybody getting a little loose out there a little bit.
It's very gravelly.
Yeah, like that part that he just went through looked like it's pretty packed, but then up here, it looks like the rocks are falling down or something right along in here.
Mm-hmm.
And getting a little
creeping
into the turn a little bit, getting a little slick right in there.
.605. That is a third place time right now for Brandon Davis. Tim Cameron still in the lead with a 128, followed by Nick Reich with a 135. Now Brandon Davis with that 144.
And now
then we've got little Tim Bacon right behind him, it looks like, with a 146, and then Clayton Smith with a 149. Those are your top 5 right now. On course 2, we've got a couple of drivers left. Looks like about 3 drivers. Matt Holt is on the line. And then we've still got Daniel Bowman and Daniel Heckley.
The Dans are in the last.
The Dans.
Oh, Matt gets up this hill.
Matt has some sort of fuel pressure issue, fuel sensor, something going on. He's not quite sure.
Well, I thought
you could probably hear how it sounded when he was finishing up round 1.
Well, it didn't sound too healthy.
It did not. So he's not sure how this is going to go. He's going to give it his best shot. I don't know if old Hyperactive's got it in her today to climb this hill.
Pretty steep hill.
Hyper-snactive, as somebody called it.
Hyper-snactive. Who called it that?
I forgot. Somebody put a comment in here. The hyper-snactive.
Hyper-snactive. That's a new one.
That's Matt, all right. So, Clay, how did Bounty class go for you today?
I'm just glad.
Did you enjoy the Bounty class?
Yeah, I'm just glad to not have to not complete both hills. I completed both hills for the past 3 events.
Yeah.
I have
That's always a good feeling.
Yeah.
Come on, Matt Holt.
Come on, Matt. Get it. Bounty was rough, though. The first uphill was pretty rough.
It looked rough.
Supposed to have been the first one on it.
Matt did complete course 1. We could all hear it not sounding so good as he was rolling through the finish line, though. He said he's dealing with some kind of maybe like a fuel sensor, fuel pressure, something going on. He wasn't quite sure. He was going to come out and give it a shot on course 2, but I don't think the buggy's got it in her today for this hill.
She don't sound too healthy.
Which is a bummer for Matt because I know he was looking forward to that short course out here this weekend, and he didn't get to really run it to his full potential, but I'm glad he got to do course 1 at least.
Yeah, at least he got to run one time. Who do we have next? Daniel Bowman?
Daniel Bowman should be coming up to the line. If your name's Daniel, come on out.
One of you just pulled the line.
Looks like we might be getting Heckley first.
I don't know who we're going to get. We're going to get one of the Dans. I bet his name's Dan.
You are not wrong, Clay.
Anybody want to bet me? Oh, no.
Well, when a bunch of people are running over to gather around the buggy in the pits, that is not a good sign.
That is not a good sign.
What
is going on? Everybody is over there. How many guys does it take to fix one buggy? I mean, how do we see over there?
We got Daniel Bowman still. Apparently he blew a steering line, they said.
Dude, what? I've got one on my razor. If it'll fit, he can take it off.
This is when it's a good time to have lots of friends around you in the pits.
I mean, whatever he needs, he can rob it off of mine. I don't know if it's the same.
I'm sure somebody down there.
I mean, there's
has
at
got
least
something
13.
for him. Yeah, with all the drivers that are down there right now.
Somebody's got something. The problem is it down here, or is it the
yeah,
mile hike back
the
to the
trailers
truck?
are a good ways away. And Dan Bowman had a shifter cable break. What's going on down there?
I guess all the buggies just
What the
got
heck?
scared at the last hill, I guess. I don't know. The two Dans just got scared.
Oh, man. Brandon had a time of 1:44.605, Deanna.
Oh, my goodness. You got to be kidding
We got
me.
Keith rolling up over there. It's a full-blown recovery mission at this point for both of the Dans.
The Dans, the Mans, cannot get it done this afternoon.
How many people does it take?
There's like 30 people standing over there.
Half of them are supervising. You know that's
like
that's necessary.
It's like the highway crews.
Dusty. Yes, TC ran. He's got our fastest time right now of a 1:28. Let's go ahead and just do a rundown of what we've got right now. Tim Cameron in the lead with a 1:28. Then Nick Reich with a 1:35. Brandon Davis 1:44. Little Tim Bacon 1:46. Clayton Smith 1:49. And then was that 5?
I don't know. It's been such a long day.
Well, Clint Garrison with a 1:52. That was 5 or 6.
I think that's close enough. It's gotten hot as the days went on, in all honesty.
It is hot. I'm glad it's a little windy out here today, at least.
Yeah, yesterday was at least cooler, and this thing got hot this afternoon.
Taylor's got his air conditioning in the back of the trailer. He's even got it partitioned off, so the rest of us can't take any from him. He says it's for the equipment, but I don't know. That remains to be seen.
I cannot believe both the Dan's buggies have broke right here at the very end. I just cannot get over this.
Clay, how do you think the Bounty class shook out today?
I have no idea. I don't know.
I know.
I mean,
You'll have to wait to find out.
I think I know. There's already been
We
some
have lots of trophies to give away today because we have
Yeah.
yesterday's trophies to do today, too. We had a lack of communication. We sent a representative.
Okay.
He
In
didn't-
our defense.
He didn't
Hold
do
on.
his job.
This is going on behind the scenes here. Taylor, listen to me. Someone told us, I think Hoback might have said it, that there was only doing one podium, and that was today.
That was the eventual decision, but we were ready to go. It's all right. We'll get it done today.
Yeah, I mean, it ain't even late. What time is it?
2:25.
Holy smokes.
No, we just heard that Dan Bowman's transmission is broken.
That is crazy.
Not just the
Not that they don't need any more
cable.
hands over there, but Matt just pulled back up, so I'm going to go supervise.
You know you're itching to go over
I'm
there.
I'm going to go supervise with the rest of them.
Supervise.
So I'm going to let Matt
Go
take
see
over.
if you can get Heckley running.
At least get one of the Dans going.
Yeah.
See y'all.
They need you, Clay. All right, thanks, Clay. Welcome back, Matt.
That was Mr. Klay KAS, who absolutely smoked his courses today.
He did.
He was like milliseconds
He should
behind.
race Bounty more often.
He should. I told him that. What's he need? What does Bowman need?
Bowman's transmission is broken.
What's broken with it?
I don't know. We're just listening on the radio.
Oh, man. I'll say I got a shift cable you can take off. I got a spare.
Sounds like it's more than just the shifter cable now.
If it's broken inside, that's not.
That's what we heard at first.
I would. I'd give it whatever it takes to Bowman. I would give whatever parts they need. But if it's broken inside, I don't think my transmission parts would work in Bowman's transmission. I would offer them up, but I don't know how well it would go. That's all I'm saying.
Well, Heckley, what do they fix? What was his? A steering line? Oh, something fired up over there.
Yeah. All right.
All right, we got one of the Dans rolling.
One of the Dans.
Daniel Heckley making his way into the starting gate now after a tense moment in the pits where Daniel Bowman and Daniel Heckley both had some mechanical failures. Luckily, there were a lot of people down there to help them out. We do have a time limit for how long you can go beyond your own time. Let's see how to explain this. By the time the last racer goes, we have 5 minutes
ish
for you to go ahead and make your run. So if you might break and say your run's in the middle of the pack, you can wait and go last. But within 5 minutes of our last racer, you got to be ready to go because we can't just wait all day for everybody to fix their stuff.
All right, Daniel Heckley, clock is hot. They're saying he's going to let it warm up. He had just got this put back together. I think he had a power steering line that he had messed up.
Yeah, and then he had about 15 people gathered around in the pits helping get everything fixed back together, at least enough to make his pass here on course 2.
I say Tim Cameron has a smoking time right now. I guarantee you Daniel Heckley is going to try to mess that up for him.
Timmy has a 121, and it looks like his rear steer's a little stuck. He might be dog trotting this course.
Just watching the amount of debris fling down that hill is absolutely insane.
Oh! All right, he's going the right direction.
Okay. They're saying he messed up the steering for the rear. They're saying it was a pump issue.
Okay. Well, that makes... we can see that.
Yes.
Clearly, some rear steer issues are going on.
And he is just...
Oh, no!
Get back on all fours.
Wait, can he stick the landing?
Yes, he's back on all fours. There we go.
Oh, man.
I see Jay being like,
Cody's pointing at something for him, but they're not going to touch it yet in case he can fix it himself and still continue his run. But once somebody touches it and he receives some outside help, then his run would be over.
I think they're all pointing to see if there's any issue there.
Hey, there's your skinny pedal award.
Clyde said, hey, there's your skinny pedal award. I have to agree. He pretty much sent it.
That's probably it.
Again, I think they're checking to see what is broken, if anything, and hopefully he can take back off again. So that's a great time to talk a little bit about the rules. The reason you see nobody really trying to touch it, even if somebody leans in and actually touches the buggy, it's okay. As long as they're not providing assistance.
They're pointing things out to him right now.
You can't hook a relay back up. You can't plug an injector back in or a rear steer. There's things you can't pry a belt back on for a guy. So there's lots of things you can do. You can tell him what's wrong. You can explain what happened, but you just can't fix it for him.
So once the driver receives outside help, then their run is over. So you saw Daniel got out. It looked like he attempted to fix whatever was wrong here himself and is getting back in. And he can continue his run if the buggy is able. And he's second in points right now coming into this weekend. So if there is any way at all that he's got a chance to finish this course, he's going to go for it because he does not want to leave those points laying out here on the track.
As Taylor just pointed out, you can see the ratchet strap on the back of this buggy trying to help keep the wheels straight as possible while he runs. Again, he was doing great right until the rear steer kind of just caught that tree a little bit and again, this is such a steep hill. There's not much you can do at that point. Again, as it's kind of starting to bounce down the hill, there's not much you can really do. Got Cody and Klay KAS up there. I think we have a 5-minute time limit on this course. I got word that he has about a minute left, so we're going to see if he can't knock out this last little uphill section, and then the rest of it is downhill from there, as Bree would say.
That's all downhill from there. He's got some uphill still to go, though. Once he reaches that 1 minute mark, as long as he is still moving forward, making forward progress, he could finish the course. But after he reaches the minute that he's got left, if he has to back up at all, then it's game over.
Man. Come on. You can hear the starter strumming. Almost. There he goes.
Come on, Hellbent.
Oh. Come on.
Back to a pretty serious dog trot with the rear steer sticking over right now. He's going to have to be mindful of the trees.
Easy.
All right, his 5 minutes are officially passed, so he's got to finish the rest of the course with no backing up. It's got to all be forward progress.
Again, very awesome to watch him kind of just slinging around these corners, but it works. And again, if he can get to this finish line, that is going to be epic because we did have a few DNFs today, so that's going to put him probably in the mid-30s as far as points for this course. Again, he either is not in throttle or that buggy is not very happy right now.
I don't think he cares as long as he can just cross the finish line at this point. That is the priority right now.
There we go. 4:56. I don't think we have any seconds, but I think it's going to be our longest time of the day, I think.
Oh, what a dramatic way to go out.
Whew.
So Daniel Bowman is officially out. That means that does wrap up our day of racing here, our weekend of racing here at Rush Springs Ranch. And leave it to Daniel for the dramatic finish. Oh, man.
Literally, the crowd was like on their feet watching to see if he was going to get that thing to the finish line. So,
Wait a second. Talk about some more drama. Dan Bowman got that buggy in gear and is pulling up to the Raceline starting gate.
Here we go. I don't know if he has reverse or he's going to just try to one-shot this entire thing. But I am so excited to see. Again, Dan Bowman coming out of that Raceline starting gate.
Man, one thing you learn out here is never say never.
Yeah.
Don't count them out until the buggies are back on the trailer.
Go, baby, go. It's climbing. He is literally carrying one of the two front tires as it bounces pretty much side to side. Oh, my goodness. He's literally just putting it in gear and letting it sing.
Man, when that's your only option.
It is. Got a little bit of smoke coming from the back there, but I bet that motor's not real thrilled right now. Yeah.
I don't know if it's the right gear, but it's a gear, and I think that's all he cares about right now.
Go, baby, go! Holy cow!
Oh, man. Oh, that thing's going to be hot.
Dude, it's good. Yeah, he's definitely going to need a new transmission because that is not a happy situation right now.
We are watching this transmission's last ride.
All right. Is one of our cameramen up on the hill with him?
One of our recovery folks is up there. He is out.
Again, that transmission probably was a little bit warm.
Putting out the fire right now. It was definitely not the right gear for this hill, and things got hot in there. Dan's out of the buggy. The fire suppression system has done its job. Once again, Dan is out of the buggy. He is well away from it.
Might be some grass on next to him.
We have got the fire aides on the scene doing their job.
You know, those transmission lines are probably wicked hot right now. Yeah.
Well, I said that Daniel Heckley had given us a dramatic finish to the day,
I know.
But no, Daniel Bowman just topped that. For sure. That's a dramatic way to end the day.
Yeah.
Very seriously out here. He's got we run fire suppression systems on the bouncers, fire extinguishers on all the vehicles, fire suits, all the things, and it's definitely why we take safety seriously out here, because you never know when you get to some extreme racing. Stuff happens.
And they came with the radio and said that he did pull good and activate his fire suppression system. Again, like I said, if a transmission line gets that hot, a lot of times the connectors, the ends of them can slip off or push off depending what style you have. Gets that hot, slips off. Now some, very warm transmission fluid hits a header, kind of flames up, so, get it put out. So if Dan felt he needed to pull that suppression system, he has that option there, so appreciate that. And it works out really nice.
Yep.
So, well, what a wild day of racing.
A dramatic finish to a fun day of racing out here at Rush Springs Ranch, guys. I can go ahead and give you that top 5 rundown from Course 2. Tim Cameron took the day with a 128, and then Nick Reich with a 135, Brandon Davis 144, Lil Tim Bacon 146, and Clayton Smith with a 149. Those are your top 5 from Course 2.
That's just insane.
That's all I got.
Yeah. No, get a lot of racing action here at Rush Springs. This is our 8th race. We only have 2 more left, 1 regular season race and finals. So definitely a ton of racing action still to go, but
we'll be at Indian Mountain, Alabama, September 13th and 14th, and then finals will be at Wildcat October 3rd through 5th. So that's 3 days of racing for finals. Lots of points on the table. We've seen some shakeups now in our pretty much all of our classes, but especially now in the bouncers with Daniel, but both of the Daniels having their issues today. We've got some trophies to go give out now, though, from all of our racing this weekend. Thank you guys for tuning in with us today here on Hillside Live. You'll be able to catch us in a few weeks at Indian Mountain for Round 9. We'll see you guys then.
We'll see you guys.